Everything's a process. Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 18. As we get you ready for first pitch of the World Baseball Classic final between Venezuela and Team USA. And we are live on both Twitch, and we are live on both Twitch and on YouTube. All right, cool. Let me just minimize this real quick, guys, and we'll get it popping. Yep. We have our scorebook kind of ready to go. For now, may have to. Yep, let's do that for now until the game starts. Don't want to get in trouble here. And yes, happy St. Patrick's Day, wherever you may be, as we get you ready for first pitch of Team USA and Venezuela in the finale. Oh, shit. 8:30 to 12:30. It was a general application. All right, looks like we'll be at Sunset Room, baby. Sunset Room, March 28th. Sounds good. It's funny because gotta kind of take care of some stuff here real quick. Seems like they always hit me when I go live. It never fails, right? All good though. Business is business, straight up. Okay, perfect. Lone Depot Park. What are they doing here? They're doing like some sort of countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is this? What are we counting down? Are you ready? What are we doing? Oh, I think they're going to introduce the players and the teams, if I'm correct. I think that's what they're doing. All right, you got the base. Oh, okay, they're doing like that 3D on the field. You got dancers on top of the dugouts along with congas. Okay, it's a party. Oh, they're representing every team. This is San Juan, Puerto Rico. I don't know if it's the host cities or just every team. We'll see. Let me lower down here. Just want to hear what's going on here, man. So they are pumping up the crowd right now. Really cool 3D on the field that they are showing. Yeah, and they're talking about the host cities, which was Puerto Rico, Houston, and they have a theme for every host city. There's a cowgirl along with the band strutting around on the field. So yeah, host cities were Puerto Rico, Houston, Japan, and Miami. So 4 cities that hosted pool play in this WBC, and of course the final taking place at Lone Depot Park in Miami, along with the semifinals that we have seen the last few days. Okay, I see what they're doing. But again, who do you got? Let's throw up the poll. Let's get a poll going here. Just want to see what everybody's probably thinking out there. Who wins? Simple. Who wins? USA or Venezuela? I would appreciate a vote on Venezuela. Oh, man, I hope I don't say Valenzuela today during the calls. Man, I was really off yesterday. I kept saying Valenzuela. It was really embarrassing. Off night for sure. Here on the Chin Music Baseball play-by-play. I'll be honest. I think it was just the fact that I knew I had a gig last night as well. So a lot of stuff going through my head. I'm going to blame it on that. All right, there's a DJ in the house. Not sure who that is. Female DJ. You got jet blasters going off. Están anunciando los equipos. Really do like those what is it, those images being projected on the field. That is really dope. I like it. Super, super dope. It really translates well on TV. Not sure how it translates at Lone Depot Park in person, but on TV it looks really cool. I would guess you would have to be like on top deck to really appreciate what they're doing on the field. I would think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Everybody might have a good seat on seeing what's being projected on the field, but I'm not sure. Maybe yes, maybe no. There's Eric over on YouTube. Eric, what is good? Let's effing go Team USA. So Eric is pro Team USA. And here on Chin Music, we did call on Team USA. They were our second pick. All right, big Aaron Judge carrying the USA flag. And it's Luis Arias. Luis Arias carrying the flag for Team Venezuela. As both teams hit the field. And this is the classic World Baseball Classic march to the field by both finalists here. Team USA, Team Venezuela. And again, Aaron Judge and Luis Arias carrying their respected flags. Yeah, really cool moment here as the lights are dimmed at Lone Depot Park. And you see a lot of fans. I don't know if they gave away lights, but multicolored lights I am seeing on the stands from the fans. That looks really dope. You know what it reminds me of when you watch a movie, like a really dramatic baseball movie, and when they're playing gameplay, like it's really dark. You're like, dude, this baseball game is not that dark. That's what it reminds me right now, watching the field being dimmed the way it is right now. Just reminds me of a movie. Like, there's no way professional teams are playing in the dark like that. It's too dangerous. Well, they do it in the movies. All right, manager Omar Lopez, along with Team Venezuela being introduced. There's Ronald Acuna Jr. And let's get you guys acquainted with the lineups here. Might as well. All right, for Team Venezuela, yep, it'll be Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald Acuna Jr. out in right field, leading off, batting second. Third baseman Michael Garcia. Playing first base for Team Venezuela, batting third, Luis Arias. The cleanup hitter, designated hitter, El Matador, Eugenio Suarez. Batting fifth, playing second base, Gleyber Torres. At shortstop, batting sixth, Ezequiel Tovar. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Doing the catching, batting eighth, Salvador Perez gets the start. And batting ninth, out in center field, Jackson Churrio. Lineup for Team Venezuela going up against Nolan McLean, right-handed pitcher for Team USA. For the U.S., leading off at shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. Playing first base, batting second, Bryce Harper. Out in right field, batting third, Aaron Judge. The designated hitter, batting fourth, cleanup hitter, Kyle Schwarber. Batting fifth at third base will be Alex Bregman. Batting sixth in left field, Roman Anthony. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Will Smith. Batting eighth at second base, Bryce Terang. And batting ninth in center field, Byron Buxton with the start. So right off the top, excuse me, for Team Venezuela, I noticed none of the Contreras brothers are behind the dish. Instead, it's Salvador Perez, and he's batting eighth for Venezuela. And for Team USA, Alex Bregman, not Gunnar Henderson, at third base. Will Smith, not Cal Raleigh, behind the dish. And in center field, Byron Buxton, not Pete Crow Armstrong. And I'm trying to think who else was in center field. I guess it was just him, huh? So Byron Buxton, not Pete Crow Armstrong, in center for Team US. And on the bump for Venezuela would be Eduardo Rodriguez, left-handed pitcher for Team Venezuela. So one thing you do know is both teams are stacked. Both teams will have a good bench of utility players that could hit a big one if you need one. So this is it. This is the final of the World Baseball Classic for 2026 between Team USA and Team Venezuela. As Team USA is currently being introduced, the starting lineup. All right, who wins so far? Thank you to that one person who voted. Oh, okay, there we go. We got a few people who already voted. All right, Team USA so far in the landslide. All right, we see you. But this is anybody's game. Both teams have had huge victories. Obviously, Team Venezuela over the weekend knocked out reigning champion Team Japan in what a lot of people believe was a huge upset. Team USA knocked out the powerhouse of the Dominican Republic on Sunday. So both teams have big wins under their belt to advance to the finals here in the WBC. Golfer asking, Golfer, what's good, brother? How was the well last night? Good question, brother. It was dope. It's dope. It's really cool. It's really free range as far as me bringing records over. They kind of just let me do my thing. And yeah, just looking forward to the big 420 night that we're doing there at the well in Hollywood. We'll be back April 20th for a big 420 show out there. Looking forward to that. Shouts to Red Cup Reggie and the whole staff at the well. Always taking care of us. Appreciate that. Scott Burke hanging out with us along with Benny Mendoza. E-Dog is here. Espiritu checking in, saluting everybody. Hello. Happy St. Patrick's Day going out to everybody. Yes, sir. We're wearing our old school, I say old school, but this was a couple of years ago. I made an event shirt of an event that we had at Harvard Yard in LA. St. Patrick's Day at Harvard Yard. Shouts to Rack One Manny Diz who put this together. Well, anyway, this is the shirt I wear today. I'll be honest. I was looking for my Ricky Henderson green shirt, my Ricky Henderson Killah Break shirt, and I couldn't find it. So we went with the St. Patrick's Day event shirt. All right, national anthems being sung for Team Venezuela. Leo did not borrow my Ricky Henderson shirt, brother. Definitely not. Espiritu, still hard to believe Ricky is gone. I know, crazy, right? R.I.P. Ricky Henderson. All right, national anthem for Team USA now. For the United States. E-Dog, what's up with Venezuela stepping on the line? I guess they don't believe in bad luck if you step on the lines. E-Dog, maybe that's what it is. I thought Judge played some center field, or am I wrong? Yes, E-Dog, Judge has played center field. Now, for Team USA, I'm going to guess he probably has. Not that I can remember in this tournament. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if he has played center field for Team USA in this tourney. Maybe. All right, so it looks like the chat is a very pro Team USA. Where is Nat Loves Musica when you need her? I believe that's the only person that I know who has openly chosen Venezuela to win it all. I was about to say, where's Joe Davis at? It looks like John Smoltz was addressing Fox. Maybe Joe Davis was doing field work, perhaps, as an MC during the intros. Maybe. All right, we're keeping a bat's eye here to see what time this first. I'm gonna guess maybe 5:15, perhaps. First pitch coming up, maybe. All right, game day still showing the lineups only. I'm trying to get fired up here. Nothing's working yet, not even those intros. Then again, I couldn't hear them, so I'm pretty sure if I would have heard them, would have heard the national anthems, I would have been a little bit more fired up. But not yet. To be totally honest with you, I'm getting hungry. We might be going to Korean barbecue after the baseball game tonight. So that's on the menu. So in about 3 hours from now, I'm hoping, if all goes according to plan, game is done, wrap up the stream, and then we head over to Korean barbecue on a Tuesday night. And I will be hungry by then. I mean, I'm hungry now, but I will definitely be hungry by then. We do got gummy bears here, but I don't know if I want to do gummy bears. Oh, and real quick, you know what? I'll be back. I totally forgot. I am currently unwarping some records. I've been unwarping some records the last few days, and I got a couple of records out in the sun. So let me get those real quick. This is Chin Music, episode 18. World Baseball Classic final between Team USA and Team Venezuela. Hold up. All right. Yeah, the last thing I would hate to do is try to fix a warp record, but then the record gets too much sun and I damage it. That would suck. Oh, was I getting static right now, guys? Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Jeez. I guess these are close range power packs. My bad. Ay, caray. Sorry about that, guys. Puro chin music. Jacking up ears. Oh my gosh. Lump 808. Sorry about that, E-Dog. Lump 808. USA, 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 USA. All right, Lump 808. We know who you going for. As Venezuela is starting to get hopped up. Puro dancing on the dugout or in the dugout. As we are getting ready and getting close to first pitch. Benny, I see you, brother. Oh, man. Yeah, like we mentioned, both lineups are pretty much stacked for both teams. And then also the benches. The benches are stacked for both teams as well. I mean, we could run down the bench real quick. Game day. Let me see. Here we go. All right. Bench for Team USA. You got Goldschmidt, Pete Crow, Armstrong, Ernie Clement. Who else? You got Gunnar Henderson, Cal Raleigh. Okay. For Venezuela, from what I could see here, you got Wilson Contreras, the Contreras brothers, Andres Gimenez, Javier Sanoja. Okay. I do want to see the pictures though. But yeah, game does not allow me. All good though. All good. It's not that serious. What have Benny? Oh, hey Benny, with that I'm seeing that Tommy's emote they just posted up. Shout out to Tommy's. Over the weekend they were doing like these random, like almost in stores where they were doing like free raffles and giveaways. As my camera just died out. Come on, you got to be kidding me. Well, anyway, Tommy's had a like an in store at the City of Industry one, the one close to the pad here. Now, unfortunately for us, I mean, we were busy. We had oh man, this thing's overheating. We had to be at a baby shower on Sunday, so we definitely missed out. But I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope of them to do raffles and giveaways on Sunday. Oh man, okay. Now I got to turn on this camera. Yeah, camera got super hot. All right, score bug is up. Let's throw it up here. Throw up the score bug. Things out of control. Here, let me point it a little bit more over here. Don't get too much light. Okay, that might be a little better. Unbelievable, but believable. Only here on Chin Music, where our equipment malfunctions when it gets hot. All right, now I got to fix the YouTube stream as well. Oh, my goodness. Doesn't get easier here. Definitely not. All right, source. Okay. I hope that works. Should work. There it is. All right, cool. We're back on. Sorry about that, guys. You see why it's hard to get fired up here? Because I got other stuff I got to worry about. Shouts to the professional broadcasters where they all got to worry about is sound good when doing a call. You got like a team of like at least 10, 20 people just helping you out with stats, with equipment. They're dressing you up. They're combing your hair. Oh, man, they got it so made. You just got to sound good and intelligent. All right, here we go. Team USA hits the field. They'll be the home team tonight against Venezuela. Nolan McLean hitting the bump. Starting pitcher for Team USA in this championship game. And again, this is Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 18. Mark DeRosa at the helm for Team USA, seeking his second WBC championship. Won it back in 2017. Was the runner-up in 2023. And now Nolan McLean. He had a bad outing against Team Italy. Can he turn in a good outing for Team USA here in the championship game? Metal Mondo with the check-in. What up, brother? You accepting applications to join Team? Brother, unfortunately, I can't pay. I can't pay you guys, man. I wish I could, but it's not that kind of operation, fortunately. Oh, my goodness. All right, man, let me set myself straight over here. Holy moly. So, no, it's a one-man gang here, brother. All right, Nolan McLean, first pitch. Ronald Acuna Jr., that's a leadoff single. First pitch, and bam, over to left center off the bat of Ronald Acuna Jr., and that's how this World Baseball Classic final starts here in the top of the first. Ronald Acuna Jr. getting it started for Team Venezuela. Puro breaking the ice. And he is fired up. Puro bat flip as he gets to first base. Oh, look at that. Banging the drums. I like it. All right, Chuck over at first by McLean. Ronald Acuna Jr. back to the back safely. Michael Garcia will be the hitter. Up next for Team Venezuela. Michael Garcia batting .435 was clutch last night against Italy. 1-0 pitch from McLean. Ground ball to the left side. Third baseman Bregman. Over to second baseman Teray to first. And around the horn. That's a double play for Team USA here in the top of the first. Michael Garcia grounds out into a 5-4-3 double play. And with nobody on, 2 outs for Venezuela. Luis Arias, the hitter. Pitch from McLean. Rides inside. Ball 1. Metal Mondo, we work for peanuts, really, brother? Is that one has popped up? Center field, Byron Buxton under it. Buxton will make the catch. And that'll do it for Venezuela on the first. Team USA will close out the first. They are coming up. All right, so McLean gives up a base hit to Ronald Acuna Jr., but the next hitter, Michael Garcia, grounds out into a 5-4-3 double play. And then Luis Arias, third hitter in that Venezuela lineup, flies out to center. So McLean faces the minimum there in the top of the first. Team USA coming up. All right. So coming up for Team USA, it'll be Bobby Wood Jr., Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, 1, 2, 3 hitters. As we go to the bottom of the first. Killah Pool for final game. Killah Pool, Mondo? Like a pool? Like a water pool? Lump, USA keeping their arms fresh as much as possible. Well, they had that extra date, man, and you got to think that's advantage Team USA, right? For those relievers to, at the very least, try to get an extra day of rest and get ready for this final. So I would say yes. Oh, a money pool? Oh, a little late for that, brother. Yeah, no money pool. A little too late for that, brother. Like I said, I'm a one-man gang, brother. Yeah, I get ideas here and there, but sometimes, you can't execute them. I'll be honest, I did not think of a pool. A bracket would have been fun, too. I'll be honest, I did think of a bracket, but I thought about it too late. And I was like, just never mind. But a bracket would have been just maybe next time. A WBC bracket. That would have been cool. We could do it for Chuck E. Cheese tickets. Ay, caray. All right, Bobby Wood Jr., Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, Alex Bregman, Roman Anthony, Will Smith, Bryce Terang, Byron Buxton. Team USA lineup going up against Eduardo Rodriguez, left-hander for Venezuela. First pitch to Bobby Wood Jr. It's a high drive, deep center. Jackson Chourio at the track will make the catch. Ronald Acuna Jr. is playing right field. Jackson Chourio on center for Venezuela. Comes down with that high tower fly ball by Bobby Wood Jr. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the first. First baseman Bryce Harper up next against Eduardo Rodriguez. And that's going to be important for both these teams to see how Rodriguez and Nolan McLean, how far can they go before each team's bullpen needs to be utilized. Bryce Harper batting $167 in this tournament. 0-1 pitch. That pitch missed down low and away. Count goes even to Harper. Aaron Judge on deck. One. It's a curveball popped up. Shallow left. Shortstop Ezequiel Tovar will make the catch. Eduardo Rodriguez for Team Venezuela. Here at the bottom of the first. 2 up, 2 outs. Omar Lopez. First appearance in the WBC Finals for Venezuela. Trying to get one under his belt in his first appearance. Here's Aaron Judge against Rodriguez. First pitch from Eduardo. Down the pipe, strike. Aaron Judge. A .261 hitter with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs for Team USA. 0-1 pitch. Changeup misses down low. Count goes even. Designated hitter for the U.S., Kyle Schwarber on deck. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. 1-1 pitch from Rodriguez. It looked like he tried to double up on that changeup. Misses down low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one pitch to Judge. Judge pops it up. Right side into the stands. Look out. Heads up. As the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're just getting started here. Bottom of the first. Championship game in this World Baseball Classic. Venezuela versus Team USA. 2-2 pitch. Outside corner. Called strike 3. Aaron Judge gets rung up. Puro PP Tom status. Inning over for the U.S. as they go in order. We go to the second. No score. So big punch out there by Eduardo Rodriguez to get Aaron Judge looking to finish off the bottom of the first for the U.S. So coming up at the top of the second for Venezuela, they will bring up designated hitter El Matador, Eugenio Suarez, second baseman Gleyber Torres, and shortstop Ezequiel Tovar. Yeah, that's a big question. Like, how long will these... Well, first of all, how long of a leash, especially in this championship game, will both Nolan McLean and Eduardo Rodriguez have? And then in what condition are both bullpens in? You got to think Team USA has the advantage with having that extra day off. Remember, Venezuela, they played Italy in the semis last night. And they did utilize some of those high leverage guys. So can they go back to back? Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out soon. Maybe, maybe not. So top of the second we go in this WBC final. All right, and stand by. I'm waiting for my main camera to cool off a little bit. It should be cooling off pretty soon here. I'm trying to see how hot is it. It was pretty hot. It was pretty hot today. All right, Nolan McLean back on the bump for Team USA. Fairly easy first inning for McLean and Team USA. We'll see how he does here against Venezuela in the top of the second. Metal Mondo, thanks for checking in, brother. Appreciate it, man. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Metal Mondo, there he goes. And here's Eugenio Suarez. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Big shot for Eugenio Suarez against Team Italy in last night's game. First pitch from McLean to El Matador, inside, ball 1. Try to double up on that inside pitch. This time gets a swing. As the count goes even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Suarez. Here in the second for Venezuela will be Suarez, Torres, and Tovar. 1-1 pitch. Grounded to the left side, foul. So McLean gets ahead of the count on Suarez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Sweeper. Gets that swing and miss from the Matador, Eugenio Suarez, as he goes down swinging. That'll be the first out here in the top of the second for Venezuela. Nolan McLean with the punch out. And with 1 away in the inning, second baseman Gleyber Torres, the hitter. A .308 hitter with 1 RBI in this WBC. Takes the first pitch down the pipe for strike 1 for McLean. McLean for the full windup. 0-1 pitch. Oh, good sweeper. Catches the outside corner, called a strike. And he quickly has Gleyber Torres in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Shortstop Ezequiel Tovar on deck. 0-2 pitch from Nolan. Oh, what a curveball. Called strike 3. Gleyber Torres, good morning, good afternoon, good night now. Go sit down. That'll be the second out here in the top of the second for Venezuela. Good snap on those breaking pitches from Nolan McLean early in this one for Team USA. Got those breaking pitches working. So far, so good. Here's Tovar. First pitch swinging on the sweeper. Fouls it off the end of the bat. Foul ball, strike 1. Ezequiel Tovar, a .462 hitter in this World Baseball Classic for Venezuela. 6 for 13. Has been very productive at short and at the plate. McLean from the full windup, 0-1 pitch. Tovar goes to right field, and he will dunk it in there right in front of Aaron Judge. A 2-out single for Venezuela, and the inning continues. So Ezequiel Tovar continues his hot hitting for Venezuela. And with 2 strikes, he's able to make contact and dunk it into right field for that 2-out single. So as the inning continues, that'll bring up the left fielder for Venezuela, Willier Abreu. Hitting from the left side, left-handed hitter, against Nolan McLean. First pitch. Down the pipe. 99-mile-per-hour hitter. Strike 1. Willier Abreu, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, batting .238. Ezequiel Tovar with his lead at first. Pitch to Abreu, misses up and away. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Willier Torres struck out a few times yesterday against Italy. We'll see how he does here against the U.S. Check over at first. Tovar back to the bag safely. He takes his lead. 2 outs in the inning here for Team U.S. Pitch to Torres is fouled off to the left side. And now Nolan McLean gets ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like Tovar might have been off to the races on that pitch as he gets back to first. We'll keep a closer eye on Tovar as he takes his lead. Now he bluffs. Nothing going as McLean deals. Popped up. Shallow left center. Bobby Wood Jr. is there. Will come down with the catch, and that'll do it for Venezuela. Nolan McLean gives up a base hit, leaves a runner stranded at first. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. All right, man. Nolan McLean. And if memory serves me correct, in his bad outing against Team Italy, where Team Italy beat Team USA 8-6, Nolan McLean started hot. He got the, if I remember correctly, that first inning he struck out the side, but then Team Italy got to him. So it's gonna be important to keep an eye out on McLean and to see if he can continue this this dominant pitching. So far, so good for Team USA and Nolan McLean on the bump. So bottom of the second we go. Coming up for the U.S. will be designated hitter Kyle Schwarber, third baseman Alex Bregman, and left fielder Roman Psycho Anthony. 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for the U.S. as we go to the bottom of the second. See that Derek Jeter kind of clapped back at the not the people, but the players that are saying that the World Series is bigger. Excuse me, that the WBC is bigger than the World Series for them. Derek Jeter said basically, well, they've never been to the World Series or won one. That's why they're saying that. Might have a point there. But look, man, you kind of see the passion that these players have for their countries. And it's almost hard to kind of rebuttal that, right? Because for a lot of people, a lot of players, it is bigger because they're representing the country, and certain people got to realize that too. Like, it's okay to think that the WBC is bigger than the World Series. Like, there's not a one-all be-all type of thing. It's okay to think that the WBC is bigger than the World Series. It's okay to think that the World Series is bigger than the WBC. All right, Kyle Schwarber against Eduardo Rodriguez, left-handed pitcher for Venezuela. 0-1 pitch to Schwarber. Lefty-lefty matchup for Rodriguez is a breaking pitch that misses down low. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch to Schwarber. That one misses outside. 2-1. And, of course, Derek Jeter will pop off because how many rings does he have? He has got like 6 rings. I don't think Derek Jeter won anything with Team USA. So, of course, for him, he was a lot successful in the World Series than he probably was in the WBC if he played at all in the WBC. So, for him, it's like, dude, I got 6 rings in the World Series. Of course, for him, he's going to say that the World Series is a lot more important than the WBC. It just depends on how you take it and how you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to other players who have World Series rings and have won WBCs. Talk to those players who have won both. Swing and a miss by Kyle Schwarber. Rodriguez with the punch out. And that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the second. It's like opening up baseball cards, right? Just that's the same analogy that I use. Like say I opened up this box. It's a hot box, and I do poorly. I'm gonna be like, nah, this box sucks. Like I'm not gonna get this no more. You know what I'm saying? But it say I open it and I do hot. I'm gonna like, dude, this is a dope box. This is cool. This is like I want to open up with another box because it went well for me. But if it goes bad for me or if I don't have no experience with it, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass. It's not. They're not good. You know. That's the way I kind of make the comparison, more or less, if it makes sense. Alex Bregman takes a pitch down low and away from Rodriguez. 1-1 Alex Bregman playing third base in place of Gunnar Henderson, who had a big game for Team USA against the DR over the weekend. So we're going to miss there for Bregman as Rodriguez gets ahead of the count. 1-2. So Gunnar Henderson and Pete Crow Armstrong riding the bench. But now they become big assets off the bench for Team USA if needed. 1-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat, ground ball to Luis Arias. He will beat Alex Bregman to first. That'll be the second out in the inning. Rodriguez 2 up, 2 outs. Espiritu, everyone enjoy the game. Gonna meet up with the homies for some St. Patrick's Day shenanigans. Sounds good, Espiritu. Have a good time out there. Be safe. And thanks for checking in, Espiritu. And there goes Espiritu. Out for some St. Patrick's Day shenanigans, he says. E-Dog, this might be where the U.S. team, not necessarily built to play small ball, might hurt them. Well, they got speed, brother. But I see what you mean as far as not being able to hit play small ball. We saw Michael Garcia drop a bunt for Team Venezuela. Michael Garcia batting second in the Venezuela lineup. We know he's down to drop a bunt. Who's batting second for Team USA? Bryce Harper? Is he willing to drop a bunt if needed? I don't think so. 1-1 to counter Roman Anthony. Roman Psycho Anthony. Nobody on for Team USA with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Edward Rodriguez. Salvador Perez, the battery for Venezuela today. 1-1 pitch to Anthony. It's a curveball that breaks low and outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Try to catch the corner there on that cutter. Misses outside. Falls behind the count to Roman Anthony. 3 balls, 1 strike. Catcher Will Smith on deck. Rodriguez with the 3-1. Anthony with the swing. Comebacker back to the bump. Rodriguez fields it. Throw to first. In time to get Anthony out at first for the third out. Rodriguez sits down Team USA 1-2-3. To the top of the third we go. No score yet. All right, so far Rodriguez kind of cruising through the U.S. lineup so far. You got weak contact there from Roman Anthony for the third out. So ball game moves to the top of the third. Little Mama's outside right now with Nana. So she's hanging out outside. Front yard status. Cooling off. She's been a live wire today, to say the least. She's been hopped up almost all day. Took one good nap, about, 20 minutes or so. But she's been moving around ever since. All right, coming up in the top of the third for Venezuela. It'll be Salvador Perez, Jackson Churio, and Ronald Acuna Jr. 8-9-1 hitters coming up for Venezuela as we go to the top of the third. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Puro Chin Music, episode 18, World Baseball Classic Final. It was funny because I had seen the schedule. And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen a Dodger game all day. Or not all day, but I haven't seen a Dodger game in a while. So I saw that the Dodgers were playing at 6:30, I believe, or 6:05. I was like, oh, good. But I've been used to seeing the times being Eastern times in the World Baseball Classic since I've been doing the games. So in my head, I was like, oh, cool. They're playing at 3 o'clock. Since it's 6:05 out here in the West Coast, it would be 3:05. So at 3:05, I'm watching it, and it's backstage Dodgers. And I'm like, what happened to the game? Did it get rained out, or what the heck? As Salvi Perez down the right field line, that'll be a single as Salvi Perez cruises down first. And leadoff single for Venezuela to begin the top of the third. But yeah, the actual game time is 6:05 in the West Coast. But like I said, since I've been kind of paying attention to the World Baseball Classic, and they're playing out there in Miami, I've been used to the whole Eastern time. So Dodgers play at 6:05. Roki Sasaki on the bump. I did want to see how Roki Sasaki does on the bump. I think they were playing the Kansas City Royals. They got worked yesterday against the Brewers. 24-9 the final. Brewers worked the Dodgers. Max Muncy did hit a Mino home run for the Dodgers yesterday, though. But to no avail. 24-9. 0-1 to Jackson Chourio with Salvador Perez, the runner at first. Nobody out here in the top of the third for Venezuela. Ronald Acuna Jr. on deck. Jackson Chourio, a .250 hitter for Venezuela with 1 RBI. 3 for 12. Nolan McLean's 0-2 pitch to Chourio. Swing and a miss. Sweeper way outside and out of the strike zone. Chourio went after it, came up empty, and becomes the first out here in the top of the third. Big punch out by Nolan McLean, striking out Jackson Chourio with that sweeper. Will now face Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald singled in his first at-bat against McLean in the first. And here he is in the third with the runner at first and 1 out. First pitch inside, ball 1. E-Dog, the call that he got the pitch before set that up. I think you're right, E-Dog. 1-0 pitch to Ronald Acuna Jr. Inside pitch, inside corner. Call the strike. Count will go even to Ronald. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second hitter, third baseman for Venezuela, Michael Garcia on deck. 1-1 pitch. There's that sweeper, puro swing and miss from Ronald Acuna Jr. And Nolan McLean ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nolan McLean from the stretch. He sets, glove at the belt. Kicks and fires. It's a changeup that breaks down low and out of the strike zone. Count goes even to Ronald Acuna Jr. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Garcia on deck for Venezuela. 2-2 pitch. Popped foul into the stands by Ronald. Count stays even Steven. Two pitch again to Ronald. Up and in. That one misses. And the count will go full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Salvador Perez still weighing at first. Led off the inning with a base hit to right field. Payoff pitch incoming from Nolan McLean to Ronald Acuna Jr. Pitch upstairs. Ball 4. And with 1 out, Venezuela has him at second and first. Michael Garcia will be the hitter. So big opportunity for Venezuela here in the top of the third. 2 on, 1 out. Here's Garcia. First pitch to Garcia. Inside corner caught by McLean. Strike 1. He gets ahead of the count real quick. Perez, the runner at second. Ronald Acuna Jr., the runner at first for Venezuela. Next pitch is outside to Garcia. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia grounded into a double play in his first at bat. 1-1 pitch. Popped up. And out of play. Nolan McLean gets ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First baseman for Venezuela, Luis Arias on deck. One, 2 to Garcia. That one gets away from Will Smith. It was a curveball. Will Smith not able to handle it. Ball goes to the backstop, and by the time Will Smith picks it up, Salvador Perez is standing up at third. Ronald Acuna Jr. is standing up at second. 1 out in the inning. Huge opportunity for Venezuela here in the top of the third. 2 runners in scoring position. It was a big curveball, and man, I guess Will Smith did not have a chance to even backhanded stop that one at all. Here's a 2-2 pitch now to Garcia. Oh, Garcia jumping on one, trying to hit the gap. Byron Buxton will close the gap with a catch. Salvador Perez will get waved in. Acuna Jr. over to third. And Venezuela off to an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. So Venezuela gets on the board thanks to that sacrifice fly by Garcia. Perez in. 1-0 Venezuela. Now, real quick, man, I did notice, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Ronald Acuna Jr. tapped the top of his helmet before that pitch to Garcia. I don't think the replay showed it, but I kind of noticed that Garcia was tapping his helmet. Not sure if Ronald Acuna Jr. was maybe relaying some pitches or a pitch there to Michael Garcia. Nevertheless, it worked. 1-0 Venezuela on that RBI sacrifice fly by Garcia. Here's Arias. 0-1 pitch. Ronald Acuna Jr. at third. Arias fouls it off. And McLean ahead of the count. No balls, 2 strikes. So now Venezuela trying to add to that lead here in the top of the third. Already up 1-0. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, E-Dog. I noticed it. I could have swore I seen him tapping his helmet. 0-2 pitch to Rice. Ground ball to the right side. Bryce Terang will throw out Luis Arias for the final out. But Venezuela strikes first in the top of the third. Bottom of the third we go. Venezuela on top. And look at them go in the concession stands where the bands are playing. I'm sure they're playing nonstop. They're having like their own little concert in the concession stands over at Lone Depot Park in Miami. And yeah, you're right, E-Dog. That wild pitch came back to bite Nolan McLean in the butt as the runners ended up advancing from second to first to third and second. Michael Garcia has a fly ball over to left center. And with Perez now at third, he came around to score on that tag up. So U.S. now chasing 1 as we go to the bottom of the third coming up. Lower third of the lineup coming up for the U.S. Will Smith, Bryce Terang, and Byron Buxton coming up. 7, 8, 9 hitters. USA chasing 1. All right, water time for me. Hold up. All right, bottom of the third we go. U.S. chasing one. Will Smith leading things off for the U.S. against Eduardo Rodriguez. Pitch outside misses, and Will Smith ahead of the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Second baseman for U.S., Bryce Terang on deck. Rodriguez from the full windup. 2-0 pitch. Will Smith pops it up. Left field. Abreu calling for it in foul territory. Will come down with the grab. 1 away. Will Smith fouls out. Bryce Terang will be up next. Oh, definitely not bad. Not a bad start from McLean. E-Dog, definitely not, brother. I agree. Here's left-hander Bryce Terang against the left-hander Rodriguez. Starts him off with a pitch low, ball 1. Terang batting .368 for Team USA. Byron Buxton on deck. 1-0 pitch. Terang to the right side and through over to right field. Past the diving Luis Arias. 1-out single for the U.S. off the bat of Bryce Terang. Byron Buxton will be the hitter up next. 9th hitter, center fielder in that USA lineup. Terang with his lead over at first. Camera or bat boy, get the heck out of the way. First pitch to Buxton. Outside corner called a strike. Bobby Witt Jr. on deck. Byron Buxton so far 0 for 6 with 1 RBI for Team USA in this tournament. Rodriguez pitching from the stretch. 0-1 pitch. Up and in, called the ball. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Byron Buxton, 35 home runs, 83 RBIs for the Twins in 2025. Check over at first. Terang back to the bag. Tying run at first base for the U.S. here in the bottom of the third. 1-1 pitch. Pitch inside. 2-1. Seeing this at bat, Eduardo Rodriguez trying to attack Buxton inside. So far has been missing with those pitches. It's falling behind the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Terang with his lead over at first. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Buxton on a pitch down the pipe. Little four-seam fastball. Swing and a miss. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's Bobby Witt Jr. waiting his turn on deck for the U.S. Rodriguez sets. 2-2 pitch to Buxton. Swing and a miss by Buxton. Strikes out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third for the U.S. Punch out by Rodriguez. It was a pitch down low and out of the strike zone. Buxton went after and came up empty and becomes a 2nd out. Bobby Witt Jr. up next for the U.S. Bobby Witt, 0 for 1. Flew out in his first at-bat. Takes strike 1 from Rodriguez here. Oh, 1 from Rodriguez. Popped up. Center field, Churrio. Calling for it. Churrio, well before the track, will make the catch. And that'll do it. For the U.S., they get a base hit, trying to run her at first. Ball game moves to the 4th. 1-0 Venezuela. So nothing doing there, as they were able to get a runner at first with one out after Turan got a base hit. But then Buxton strikes out swinging, and Bobby Witt Jr. pops out to the center fielder for the third out. And that's pretty much it for the U.S. there in the bottom of the third. So coming up in the top of the fourth for Venezuela, it'll be the designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez, second baseman, Gleyber Torres, and shortstop, Ezequiel Tovar coming up. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Venezuela trying to add to their 1-0 lead over the U.S. here in this WBC final. All right, let's check the main camera. It's starting to cool down a little bit here. Yeah, main camera was hot. It got hot. Let's see how we do here. Okay, I might do it. Let's take the webs out. There we go. So main camera back on. Let me switch it up on the YouTube channel. Back to CamLink. Okay. Okay. Puro Chin Music, episode 18. Thank you guys so much for being here. Happy Tuesday. World Baseball Classic final between the U.S. and Venezuela from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Nolan McLean back on the bump. He's got 3 strikeouts for Team USA already. Top of the fourth we go. Eugenio Suarez will be the hitter against Nolan McLean. McLean at 37 pitches so far, trying to get through the 4th inning. Here's Suarez. Suarez struck out against McLean in his first at-bat. Takes a pitch inside, called a strike. 98-mile-per-hour heater from McLean. Strike 1. Breaking pitch. Outside, check swing, no swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second baseman for Venezuela, Gleyber Torres on deck. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Inside sinker from Nolan McLean. Suarez came up empty. Gets ahead of the count now. 1-2. Pitch from McLean. Outside corner. That one just missed. It was a changeup from McLean. Trying to hit the outside corner. Home plate umpire calls it a ball. House close. Borderline. Here's the 2-2. Suarez check swing. No swing. Wasn't sure if it was called a swing or not. Didn't see the umpire motion, but it was a no swing. Count goes even. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gleyber Torres waiting his turn on deck for Venezuela. See the Venezuela dugout trying to get their fans pumped up. They want more noise as that one is fouled off of Suarez. Count stays full. Puro gummy bears, E-Dog. Yeah, we still have a full bag here. Well, not full, but, we're still working on it. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count to Suarez. Nolan McLean with the payoff pitch. Slow roller foul to the left side. And we will do it again. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up to Suarez. Another payoff. Slow roller. Bryce Terang will throw out Suarez. That'll be the first out here in the fourth for Venezuela. Gleyber Torres up next as we look at Paul Skeens shine it up with Logan Webb in the U.S. dugout. I was just thinking, the other day about Paul Skeens, like, man, it's going to be a big letdown when he goes back to Pirates camp. It's going to be a big letdown for a lot of players going back to their respected clubs, but definitely for Paul Skeens. Hopefully the Pirates can be competitive this season for the sake of Skeens, for the sake of the Top Gun. Gleyber Torres swing and a miss. As we look at that foul ball on the shin of Eugenio Suarez, as he took a while to kind of shake that one off. Keep an eye out on that. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Torres. McLean ahead of the count, has him in the hole. 0-2 pitch. Big looping curveball, low and outside, 1-2. Shortstop for Venezuela, Ezequiel Tovar on deck. One-two pitch. Outside corner, called strike 3. Borderline pitch. McLean gets the call. Gleyber Torres goes down looking. Puro peeping Tom status. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th for Venezuela. Oh, man, hey, Will Smith, man. I don't think Will Smith is getting enough credit for framing these pitches that Team USA pitchers have been throwing as of late. Will Smith is a framing machine here in the WBC for the U.S. Here's Tovar. Pitch inside. Ball 1. Really nice frame, Doug. Tovar 1 for 1 with a single back in the 2nd. 1-0 for McLean. Popped up. Foul territory. Bryce Harper will make the catch. 1, 2, 3, go Venezuela in the 4th. Bottom of the 4th we go. U.S. chasing 1. Yeah, McLean he's locked in, brother. McLean is locked in for the U.S. So far, so good. All right, coming up for the U.S. Down 1 run, it'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters. Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber due up. Hey, man, real quick, too. The time's got to be now for Team U.S. I mean, also, shout out to Eduardo Rodriguez, who's been cruising through this U.S. lineup so far, but they got to try to jump on him. They can't let that guy be relaxing on the bump. They got to put up some, at the very least, some stressful innings up there, man. So that's what I'm saying. Time is now. USA needs to try to do something against Eduardo Rodriguez here, headed to the bottom of the 4th. Well, again, we're just hanging out. Enjoying some gummy bears, some nice cold water out here in the West Coast. It was a hot one. It was definitely a scorcher. 98 degree out here in Southern California. And we've just been hanging out, waiting here the start of this WBC final between U.S. and Venezuela. And so far, a pitcher's duel has broken out. But that's indicative of what we've seen in Miami here in the semifinals, obviously, with the U.S. beating the DR 2-1. Yesterday, it seemed like a low-scoring affair, 4-1 Venezuela. But it was 2-1 for a while with Italy on top before Venezuela had a big 7th inning to take a 4-1 lead, and Italy wasn't never able to recover. And here in the 4th, Venezuela with a 1-0 lead already. So we've been having some pitchers duel in these semis and so far in this final. Bottom of the 4th we go. Eduardo Rodriguez back on the bump for Venezuela. Set to face Bryce Harper, first baseman for the U.S. Eduardo Rodriguez, he's got 3 Ks as well. Gets a swing and miss from Bryce Harper. Starts him off with strike 1. 0-1 pitch. Try to hit the inside corner on that sinker. Misses. 1-1 to Harper. E-Dog, I'm not normally a frame guy just because a lot of times I think it interferes with the catcher's ability to catch, which is what he's there for. Line drive over to the second baseman, Gleyber Torres. Nice pick. Throws to first. In time to get Harper. One away here in the bottom of the fourth for the U.S. Nice play by the second baseman, Gleyber Torres. That'll bring up big Aaron Judge up next for Team USA. So Harper does drill it, but right to the second baseman, Torres, for the first out. Here's Judge. 0 for 1. First pitch down low and away. Ball 1 to Aaron, who struck out in the first inning against Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1. 1-0 pitch. Judge connects, fouls it off. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Designated hitter for the U.S., Kyle Schwarber on deck. 1-1 pitch from Rodriguez. Judge pops it up, foul ball territory. Luis Arias will have a look at it. Ball will hit the screen for a foul ball. But Eduardo Rodriguez does get ahead of the count on Judge now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One nothing Venezuela here in the bottom of the fourth. Aaron Judge calls the timeout. Taps the bat on the shoes. Digs back in there. Full windup, 1-2 pitch from Rodriguez. Check swing, full swing. Rodriguez strikes out Aaron Judge for the second time. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch took a dip down low and away. Aaron Judge cannot check his swing. Wrecked himself. And becomes the second out here in the bottom of the fourth for the U.S. Kyle Schwarber now will be the hitter. First pitch to Schwarber. Ooh, nice curveball. Outside corner, called the ball. Did not get the call there on that borderline pitch. Schwarber, he struck out in his first at-bat against Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, so far fooling some of these U.S. hitters. Pitch down low to Schwarber. That one misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Alex Bregman, third baseman for the U.S. He's on deck. 2-0 pitch to Schwarber. Outside corner. That one misses. He has fallen behind to Schwarber. 3 balls, no strikes. And we'll keep an eye out here. Will Schwarber be given the green light? I got to believe he does have a green light here. Let's see if he goes after a pitch, if he likes it. It's a cutter that rides outside. Ball 4. Team USA will have a runner at first in Kyle Schwarber. With 2 outs in the inning, Alex Bregman up next. Rodriguez is at 46 pitches on that pitch count. As we see Bizzardo, right-handed pitcher. He pitched last night against Italy. Back up in there in the bullpen, warming up just in case for Venezuela. First pitch to Bregman. Taken for strike 1. Alex Bregman 0 for 1, grounded out in the second. Eventually, he's got to get a get-me-over pitch. And eventually, Team USA's need to sit on one, you would think, right? Especially 3-0. Pitch upstairs to Alex Bregman. That one called the ball. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kyle Schwarber, the runner at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth for the U.S. 1-1 pitch to Bregman from Rodriguez. Pitch inside. That one misses. 2-1. That fielder for the U.S., Roman Psycho Anthony on deck. 2-1 pitch. Bregman fouls it straight back. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Seems like the Venezuela fans have not sat down all game so far at Lone Depot Park in Miami. They're looking for a punch out here. 2-2 to Bregman. Check to first. Kyle Schwarber back to the bag. I'm not sure where Schwarber can go here right now with 2 outs. But Rodriguez might just be buying some time. Thinking of the next pitch coming up to Alex Bregman. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball over the shortstop. Tovar, underhand flip over to second. In time to get Schwarber for the force out. And that'll be the 3rd out. Inning over for the U.S. Ball game goes to the top of the 5th. Venezuela up 1-0. So Rodriguez continues his dominance of this U.S. lineup so far. Getting weak contact. And that is working to the advantage of Team Venezuela. So coming up in the top of the 5th for Venezuela. It's a good question, right? I'm not keeping score, by the way, this time, guys. So looks like it's going to be left fielder Wilyer Abreu, catcher Salvador Perez, and center fielder Jackson Churio. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for Venezuela as ball game moves to the top of the 5th. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We're live over on YouTube at Killah Noez, on Twitch at Chin Music Podcast. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this Tuesday evening. Championship matchup between Venezuela and Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. And so far, we got our pitchers. We got our pitchers doing full effect. A pitcher's duel has broken out in this final. So you got to think Nolan McLean is going to go back after on the bump for Team USA. I don't see why not. Yeah, both pitchers so far for the U.S. and Venezuela, Nolan McLean and Eduardo Rodriguez, they look really comfortable on the bump. They are handling business nonchalantly. All right, Nolan McLean indeed back on the bump for Team USA. Set to begin his 5th inning of work. Pitching to Wilyer Abreu. Starts him off with a sweeper that rides inside, called a strike. And Nolan McLean gets ahead of the count. Salvador Perez on deck for Venezuela. Abreu popped out in his first at-bat. Sends one to center. Byron Buxton going back. Byron Buxton will watch this one fly. Solo home run by Wilyer Abreu as he's fired up, loses a helmet while rounding second. And Team Venezuela with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. Looks like the call is sponsored by Tapatio. No, we just got these little Tapatio bottles, golfer. I think they're really cute, and we decided to bring them out. Why not? Hey, but how about Abreu taking Nolan McLean deep? Now, it is luckily for the Team USA, it's only a solo shot. But the way this ball game is going right now, 2 big runs over Team USA now for Venezuela. Here's Salvador Perez. Takes a pitch inside. Ball 1. I'm still in the thought that a 1-0 or a 2-0 lead ain't enough. But then again, what we've been seeing here from the semifinals has been the dominance and resurgence of pitching staffs. So I don't know. 2-0 could be enough. but maybe not. I can't believe it right now, especially with this high-powered USA offense. Same thing with Venezuela. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike to count on a pitch up and into the Salvi Perez, as Wilyer Abreu has given the Venezuela team a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Perez. 9th hitter Jackson Chourio on deck. Perez is 1 for 1. Singled back in the 3rd, scored a run. Scored the first run of the ballgame. Salvi Perez tagging up from 3rd. All right, count will go full to Salvi. 3 balls, 2 strikes after that foul ball. Another look at Wilyer Abreu, straight center. Flexing the power, and man, he was fired up rounding the bases. Lost the helmet and everything. Jam shot. Salvi Perez, left center. Byron Buxton coming in will make the catch. That'll be the first out here in the top of the 5th. So as of right now, Wilyer Abreu has been, what do they call it? Bang or bust. There's another word for it, but we'll go with bang or bust. Or boom or bust. And he was boom there. 2-0 Venezuela. Here Jackson Chourio with 1 out. Big swing and a miss on that sweeper from McLean, who gets ahead of the count. To Chourio, 0-1. Chourio is 0 for 1 with a strikeout against McLean. Ronald Acuna Jr. on deck for Venezuela. 0-1 pitch from Nolan. Another nasty sweeper low and out of the strike zone, and a swing and miss from Jackson Chourio. And he's quickly in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Penthouse or odd house. Yeah, either or. That's been Wilyer Abreu as of late. He's either going to strike out or hit a big bomb for you. He did it against Japan. Italy kind of held him at bay, but here in the championship game against Team USA, he goes yard. Fly ball over to Bryce Terang out there in shallow center by Jackson Chourio, and that'll be the 2nd out in the inning. Mark DeRosa, 63 pitches for Nolan McLean, has seen enough. Looks like he's coming out with the hook of Nolan McLean, who did not pitch bad. To be totally honest with you, has kept the U.S. in the ballgame. Yeah, he gave up 2 runs. Gave up a big solo shot there to Wilyer Abreu, but nevertheless, it's only 2-0 pitching change in Miami for the U.S. Yeah, definitely not a bad look. If I were to tell you, let's do this, huh? Let's do the whole if I were to tell you thing. If I was to tell you, hey, Nolan McLean is gonna go 4 2/3. Nolan McLean's going to go 4 2/3. And he's only going to give up 2 runs to Venezuela. Are you taking it or leaving it? Chat, what say you? Do you take it or leave it? You're going to take it, right? You're going to be like, oh, shit. 2-0? 4 2/3? Sign me up. Yeah, I'll take it. Especially if you consider what he did against Italy and how Italy jumped on him. Yeah, Yashua Mato, all 2-0. E-Dog's taking it. I'm taking it. I'd be like, okay, let's roll with that. Down 2-0, 4 2/3. I'm down with that. So not a bad outing. I know he leaves the game losing 2-0, but not a bad outing. I'd rather there wasn't a wild pitch, says Golfer. Well, yep, he kind of gave up that first run with that wild pitch, right, Golfer? But still, not a bad outing if you really think about it. Ends up striking 4, gives up a home run, 1 walk, 2 earned runs on 4 hits in 4 2/3 inning of work for Nolan McLean. Not bad in my opinion. Golfer's giving the outing a meh. A meh is cool too. I get it. A meh, not good, not bad, not good. Yeah, a meh's fair. E-Dog, again, looking on paper, you think you should be able to come back from a 2-0 lead, even though if you're down to the last 3 outs. You would think, right? Especially from this high potent Team USA offense. All right, Brad Keller, right-handed pitcher now on the bump for Team USA, taking over for Nolan McLean with 2 outs here. In the top of the 5th, will be pitching to Ronald Acuna Jr. Venezuela with a 2-0 lead. And they went up 2-0 after that home run off of Nolan McLean by Wilyer Abreu here in the 5th. Ronald Acuna Jr. single and a walk. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop. Bobby Wood Jr. Throw to first. Oh, what a dig by Bryce Harper. Stays on the bag to get Ronald Acuna Jr. out at first. Inning over for Venezuela. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And the U.S. is now chasing 2. All right. Hey, good play there by first baseman Bryce Harper. Not only to just pick it, but also to stay on the bag on the stretch. So we move to the bottom of the 5th coming up for the U.S. It'll be the left fielder, Roman Psycho Anthony. Catcher, Will Smith. Second baseman, Bryce Terang. 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. Golfer Keller handled business. Yes, took care of Ronald Acuna Jr. Got him to ground out to short. So Brad Keller does his job and gets this ball game for the U.S. to the bottom of the 5th, only down 2 runs to Venezuela. But again, I'll say it again. The time is now. Team USA cannot wait to the later innings to try to jump on Rodriguez. Now, easier said than done, of course. Rodriguez is dealing for Team Venezuela, but somehow Team USA needs to find a way to get to them. At the very least, get on the base pads and create some stressful innings because Rodriguez is right now cruising through this USA lineup. So Team USA needs to figure something out, especially with a lot of these hitters seeing them for the second time around. So they got to get it going. They got to get it going. Go for fundamentals to keep pressure on. Let's go. E-Dog, Harper's getting better at his digs. Yes, he is, man. That was a really good dig there to finish off the inning for Venezuela. Eric, over on YouTube, not a bad outing, but your team needs to have more than one hit. It's all relative. Yep. Yeah, that Team USA offense needs to wake up. So here we go. Roman Anthony, 0 for 1, grounded out in his first at-bat against Rodriguez in the second. Coming up here in the bottom of the 5th with Team USA down 2 runs. And here in the bottom of the 5th for the U.S. will be Roman Anthony, Will Smith, Bryce Terang. 51 pitches so far for Rodriguez. Starts off Roman Anthony with strike 1. Pitch down the pipe. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitch misses. It's a fastball that misses just a bit upstairs. 1-1 to Anthony. Omar Lopez, skip for Team Venezuela. This team has a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch misses outside just barely. As we see Bizarro still warming up just in case in that Venezuela bullpen. Right-handed pitcher for Venezuela. The lefties, 2-1 pitch to the left-hander, Roman Anthony. Swing and a miss. Count will go even. Nasty cutter by Eduardo Rodriguez as Roman Anthony calls a timeout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Catcher Will Smith on deck for the U.S. 2-2 pitch from Rodriguez. Pitch taken down low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. See Javier Sanoja has been having fun with Venezuela fans all game long, trying to cheer them up. It's like the rally towel almost. Ground ball to the right side. Gleyber Torres will throw out Roman Anthony, and that'll be the first out here to begin the bottom of the U.S. 5th. And Omar Lopez looks like he's coming out with the hook. 57 pitches for Eduardo Rodriguez. He let him face the left-hander Roman Anthony. He got him, but he will come out and give way to Bizardo, who will be coming in the ball game. Look at Arias, all fired up for Rodriguez as he leaves with a 2-0 lead. What an outing by Rodriguez on the other end. Hey, so that might be the break that the U.S. needed. I'm sure U.S. is like, woo, this was done. All right, let's go. Now, obviously, Bizardo is no easy foe, but nevertheless, the fact is, U.S. had a very difficult time picking up Eduardo Rodriguez. So now they will face Edward Bizardo. Right-handed pitcher will take over with one out here in the bottom of the fifth for Venezuela. Gopher, let's go, Dennis. One Chief Hill. What channel? What the F? Yeah, it's on Fox, Channel 11, brother. Out here in the West Coast. Puro KTTV. Big Fox is showing the game. Dennis is Dewey, Doug. We'll see if it could come through. A lot of hitters for Team USA are due. Come on, U.S. Make a rally, says Motto. Be a menace to Venice. Go for what? I like that. That's got a good ring to it, brother. I might have to use that on a call if Will Smith does something. All right, so Edward Rodriguez out for Venezuela. Or Eduardo Rodriguez. He's out for Venezuela. Edward Bizardo in relief of Rodriguez. With one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Look at that. 4 1/3. Gave up only one hit. No runs. 1 walk. 4 strikeouts. Now Bizardo on the bump, pitching from the stretch against Will Smith with 1 out. First pitch from Bizardo. Starts him off with a sweeper. Catches the strike zone. Strike 1 to Smith. Bizardo cuffing his left ear, glove side to his ear so he could listen to the pitch comm as Will Smith takes the pitch up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Smith 0 for 1. Flew out in the third inning for the U.S. U.S. chasing 2 here in the bottom of the fifth with 1 out. 1-1 pitch. Will Smith fouls it off. And Bizardo had the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second baseman Bryce Terang on deck. Venezuela bullpen, 14 innings. No runs allowed in the last 2 games. Very impressive. 1-2 pitch to Smith. Pitch upstairs. That one misses. Count goes even to Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. Will Smith with another foul ball that hits the stands. Count remains even. Can the U.S. offense get to the Venezuela bullpen? Oh, what a breaking pitch. Sweeper called strike 3. And Will Smith gets rung up for the second out here in the bottom of the fifth. Bryce Terang up next. What a pitch by Bizardo. Pretty much froze up Will Smith. 2 away. Here's the left-hander Bryce Terang, who's 1 for 1. Had the lone hit against Eduardo Rodriguez. Now facing Bizardo. Bizardo gets him with a swing and miss. Strike 1. Bizardo just looking like a gesture. Kind of dancing around after a pitch. And right there, takes the ball low and outside. Terang does to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right, reminds me of those gestures. Remember Contra on the second level? Like those little gesture-looking fools that are just jumping around, dancing around, trying to avoid you shooting them. That's what Bizzardo reminds me after he delivers a pitch. Sanoja leading the charge there in the Venezuela dugout with the Venezuelan fans as that pitch is fouled off by Bryce Terang. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Byron Buxton on deck for the U.S. One ball, 2 strikes. The count, 2 outs in the inning for the U.S. Golfer, that bullpen was not facing this lineup. You're right about that. 1-2 pitch. Low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the last 2 lineups they were facing was Team Japan and Team Italy. Still very respectable, Golfer. Ground ball to the right side. Second baseman Gleyber Torres will throw out the second baseman Bryce Terang for the 3rd out. Inning over for the U.S. as they go in order. Venezuela fans all fired up. To the 6th we go. Venezuela with a 1-0 lead. Oh, man. Respectable indeed, Golfer. But, man, seems like these offenses are somehow in semifinals and finals now here for the Team USA. They're not showing out. Oh, man, what a horrible way. I mean, Team USA needs to get it together and quick because we're getting close. Well, if I'm correct, we're already in the middle. We're in the middle innings already. This game is going by quick here. Oh, how's Roki doing? I got to see how Roki's doing, man. I'm very invested in Roki this year. Let's see if I can get a line here. A line to see how Roki Sasaki's doing. Come on, Roki. Get it together. We all believe in you, brother. As I'm slowly getting back into the swing of things for the Dodgers. Can't wait to get back to the swing of things. Get caught up on what's been going on, who's been showing out in spring training for the Dodgers. We've been highly occupied with the WBC, rightfully so. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, okay, it is live. Okay. Game is live. Just want to see how Roki's doing. Okay, he's still on the bump. Uh-oh, in play, no outs. Uh-oh. Just want to see how this guy's doing. Come on, Roki. All right, 1 inning of work so far has given up 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Okay. Now he's working on his 2nd inning of work. Okay, we have an eye on you, Roki. All right, Brad Keller back on the bump for Team USA. Venezuela with a 2-0 lead, trying to build on their lead against the U.S. as we begin the top of the 6th. It'll be Michael Garcia, Luis Arias, and Eugenio Suarez, 2-3-4 hitters due up for Venezuela. E-Dog thinks there will be a change at the manager if Team USA loses and doesn't come back, and even if there's still, and even then, there still might be a managerial change for USA. Benny, great game. Wish Skeens was pitching. I know, Benny. As that one is driven to center by Garcia. Byron Buxton is there and makes the catch. 1 up, 1 out for Brad Keller and Team US here in the top of the 6th. Just imagine Paul Skeens in the final game. But the Team USA, they needed Paul Skeens to get them to the final game. So, no, I definitely understand why he pitched. And it was his turn to pitch, too, against the DR. But now I guess the conversation, as Luis Arias holds the swing, ball 1. Luis Arias 0 for 2. I guess the conversation would be, well, Team USA has other great pitchers, Garrett Crochet, Tariq Skubal, Max Fried, people would say, as that one has popped up. Byron Buxton coming in. Byron Buxton, 2 up, 2 outs for Brad Keller, who's making quick work of this Venezuela lineup here in the top of the 6th. Will now face Eugenio Suarez. But that's up to the recruiters for Team USA to really bolster up that starting lineup. I mean, yeah, you got Paul Skeens, Logan Webb, I guess Nolan McLean as well. Pitch is fouled off to the left side by Suarez. Count goes 0-2. Brad Keller quickly has him in the hole. Go for Keller, looking good. Yeah, he's working fast, getting those quick outs on these Venezuela hitters. Oh, there it is. Strike 3 on that sweeper. Brad Keller with the punch out. Inning over for Venezuela. Bottom of the 6th we go. Time is now for the Team USA. They're chasing 2. All right, let's go, man. I've been saying the last 2-3 innings. Time is now. Eric, there's only one Paul Skeens. You're right about that. Only one Top Gun. But yeah, you're right. You're right, Eric, too. And I agree 100% with you. Yeah, you got to throw Skeens against the DR to get to the championship. I'm just saying, like, it would be nice if Team USA had other, like, big-time pitchers. Of course, Logan Webb is a big-time pitcher, I would say. But just imagine if they had Garrett Crochet, left-handed pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. If they had Max Fried, left-handed pitcher for the Yankees. If they had those options to try to pitch them for the finals. Imagine that. Instead, they're going with the pitcher, Nolan McLean. And again, shout out to Nolan McLean, who really pitched well, only gave up 2 runs. But just imagine you had the option of a Crochet or a Max Fried. I mean, and I guess you could say, too, well, why isn't Logan Webb pitching? Well, there's team restrictions as well. Imagine there was no team restrictions. And Team USA was like, well, if they're going to play for us, they're going to be at our discretion, not the team's discretion. We need to wrap up this WBC. Sorry, teams, but not sorry. We need to get this final. So imagine Logan Webb was available. So basically what I'm saying, just imagine Team USA had their top options and had all hands on deck. That's all I'm saying. Nine pitches, 4 outs. Brad Keller, very effective for Team USA out of the bullpen. But it's up to Team USA to get some runs. They need runs. What's good for Brad Keller to be throwing incredible, getting 4 outs with 9 pitches if the offense is not going to score any runs? Jose Buto now on the bump for Team Venezuela. And Pete Crow Armstrong coming out of that USA dugout, coming off the bench to bat against Buto. PCA now in the ball game. So PCA will be batting for Byron Buxton. 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Team USA here in the bottom of the 6th. So it'll be PCA, Wood Jr., and Bryce Harper. Jose Buto to PCA, with Team USA chasing 2. PCA takes strike 1 from Buto. That's cool. Joey, what up, brother? Joey, for the 200th time, my name is not Noah. Freaking Joey, always messing around with my name, man. First of all, he knows that I don't like being called Noah. And second of all, he knows that people call me Noah when my name is Noe or Noe. All right, popped up over to Abreu. Will make the catch. PCA flies out. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. What up, Joey? Welcome into Chin Music episode 18. Puro WBC final between Team USA and Venezuela. Venezuela holding on to a 2-0 lead here against Team USA, whose offense has gone flat in the final. Ay, caray. Here's Bobby Witt Jr., 0 for 2, 2 flyouts in this ballgame. Now facing Jose Buto with 1 out in the inning. Strike 1 from Buto. Action in the USA bullpen. 0-1 to Bobby Wood Jr. Breaking pitch. That one misses low and outside. Even count. Bryce Harper on deck for the USA. 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Foul ball territory. Luis Arias will make the catch. Jose Buto and Venezuela, 2 up, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. As the woes continue for the U.S. offense in this ball game. Bryce Harper will be the hitter. Yeah, I'm seeing the faces right now from the U.S., and that's been one knock on the U.S. compared to other teams. The knock has been how stale the personalities are for Team USA. You're seeing Venezuela having a great time. They're practically having a party on the other end in the dugout, and you kind of – I know they're losing, don't get me wrong, but you need somebody – you need some sort of life in that dugout. That's been the knock for Team USA. They're too what is it? They're too not cookie cut, but they're too like lunch pill guys. We take our lunch pill, work our 9 to 5. They're a blue collar. That might be the word I'm looking for. They're too blue collar. You need some guys up there like just trying to, hey, like just you see Javier Sonoja, little guy like who's playing for Venezuela, and he's cheerleading in the Venezuela dugout. Like he's getting his hands up. What do you call it? He's riling up the Venezuela fans. You're not seeing that from Team USA, and obviously the rebuttals here. Well, yeah, they're losing. Yeah, but at the same time, that could inject some sort of energy if you got a loose guy up in there. Everybody's, I don't know. It just seems like Team USA, the whole tournament has just been very too blue collar. I might be bugging out. You guys tell me. It's Bryce Harper connects. That's a base hit to right field, and maybe that will get them going. 2-out single will bring up Aaron Judge representing the tying run for Team USA. So Bryce Harper connected with a base hit to right extends the inning for the U.S. Tying run coming up to the plate in big Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge today 0 for 2. 2 punched out. He's gotten struck out twice. Takes a slider down low from Buto. Misses. Ball 1. E-Dog, the only one looks like you still want to play is Will Smith. The team looks defeated already. I didn't like the faces I was watching right now when they were panning to the U.S. Dugout. A lot of stone faces. You did see Will Smith kind of yelling. I don't know what he was yelling, but I'm pretty sure saying, come on. But you saw Roman Anthony. Paul Skeens is still talking it up with Logan Webb, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but it would be nice to see Paul Skeens right there with his towel trying to rally up the troops, right? Walking around in that dugout, talking to them. Maybe that's not Paul Skeens' vibe, but it would be nice to see somebody being that rally guy. You know what I mean? You know, getting to Aaron Judge and here, let me get you a massage. Come on, Papa, let's go, let's go. I know it's not the vibe. That's not the U.S. vibe, but it would be nice to see that. Those type of players in organizations work wonders, believe it or not. And I feel like Team USA doesn't have one of those guys. Maybe we're not seeing it. They probably do, but we're not seeing it. I don't know who that guy would be. But like I said, it would be nice to see Paul Skeens right now yelling at these guys like, come on, man. Instead, he's talking it up with Logan Webb, which is cool. But like I said, it would be nice if he was a little bit more engaged with trying to rally up his guys. I'm just saying, straight up. 2-1 pitch, excuse me. Ball misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike to Aaron Judge. Kyle Schwarber on deck. Sacudo, they need the ammonia sticks in the nose. Puro smelling salts. Ay, caray. 3-1 pitch. Oh, man. Pitch down the pipe. It was a sinker by Budo, but down the pipe, and Aaron Judge just watched it go for strike 2. Count goes full. Yeah, E-Dog, I don't know what he was waiting for there. He should have been sitting dead red there. I guess he wasn't expecting the sinker down the pipe. Here's the payoff pitch to Aaron Judge. Ground ball to the left side. Garcia, long throw. And he gets Aaron Judge out at first. Inning over for the U.S. Jose Budo fired up. Venezuela takes a 2-0 lead as we go to the top of the 7th. Oh, my goodness. You got the right personnel up there and not able to come through clutch. All right, new pitcher on the bump now for Team USA. Will Vest will replace Brad Keller. So Brad Keller out. He pitched really well for Team USA. And Will Vest will come into relief to pitch the top of the 7th. Coming up for Team Venezuela, second baseman Gleyber Torres, shortstop Ezequiel Tovar, and left fielder Wilyer Abreu. 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for Venezuela, already up 2-0. And they're fired up, man. You see the difference. And again, I know a lot of people will say, well, yeah, Team USA is losing, so that's why nobody's smiling. But I just wished I saw somebody. I'm telling you. Do I have a cloth here? Like, do I got to show you? Do I got to show Team USA how to do it? Like, come on, man. Like, you got somebody there. Like, and even, hey, put your hat back. That's fine, too. You're not playing. You know, you pitched or you're in the bench, but you're fired up. You're kind of, hey, let's go. Judge, let's go. Judge, come on. Pam, hit that rail. Hit that rail. Paul Skeens, get him in the game. Hey, quit talking to Logan Webb. Hey, look, Aaron Judge is up. This is a big pivotal play. Let's go. Everybody up. Where's my fans at? Team USA, let's go. USA, USA, USA. Come on. Like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Puro chin music. All right, we're back. And if we had, what was it? My apologies in advance. I know I'm ranting. I had to help out Per Bad Jess real quick with loading up the baby. All right, Will Vest strikes out. Gleyber Torres swinging. That'll be the first out to begin the top of the 7th for Venezuela. Excuse me. Holy moly. I'm fired up. I'm not seeing the joy. I'm not seeing the fun. I know it's a tight game. I know the USA is losing. But I'm telling you, man. Team chemistry, team cheerleading in the WBC goes a long way. And I am not seeing that from this Team USA team. As look at that, Ezequiel Tovar continuing his hot hitting for Venezuela. He's like an over 600 hitter in this tournament. 1-out single for Venezuela here in the 7th. Ezequiel Tovar with the hit. Benny Mendoza, American baseball are spoiled. Other countries play with heart, says Benny. And look, man, I'm not trying to say they don't have heart, Benny. But they're missing something. That's all I'm saying. Big Dog Mom, what up? Welcome into Chin Music episode 18, amiga. As we're watching the Team USA, a little bit of lifeless right now against Venezuela. They're only down 2-0, but man, can Team USA wake up here? Well, Venezuela is threatening here in the top of the 7th to go above 2 runs here against the USA. Runner at first, 1 out. 2 balls, no strikes. The count to Wilyer Abreu, who's 1 for 2 with a solo home run. 2-0 pitch. But I hope I kind of made a good point by kind of reenacting on how I would like to see somebody in the USA dugout trying to fire these guys up. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it if I was in that situation. We need somewhere to light a fire up on these guys, man, straight up. And keep it loose at the same time, right? Have fun. Other teams can do it. Why can't the USA do it? 2-1 pitch to Abreu. Fouled off. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Catcher Salvador Perez on deck. You see, look at that. You got people, they're all up in the rail. You got people standing up on, I don't know, the bench. They're all up. Like, dude, they're invested into this game. They're having fun with the crowd. They're willing the crowd to make some noise for them. 2-2 pitch from Vest. Oh, check swing. It's a ground ball over to third baseman Alex Bregman. Throw to first in time to get Abreu. Abreu will be out at first. Ezequiel Tovar moves to second. That'll be the second out here in the the top of the 7th, as I'm all jacked up and screwing things up. Ay, caray. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. There we go. It was like a little swing off the bat of Wilyer Abreu. He saw Vest on the bump after Alex Bregman made the throw to first. Cover third, as he should have. Will Vest. Good heads up play there. Here's Salvador Perez. That is a fair foul ball. Just barely off the bat of Salvador Perez down the left field line. Past the diving third baseman, but called foul. Strike 1 to Perez. Go for lollygaggers. Big Dog Mom, the bats. No offense for Team USA right now, amiga. Believe it or not. Salvador Perez, 1 for 2, singled back in the 3rd and scored a run. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs for Venezuela. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider by Vest. And he quickly gets ahead in the count to Salvador Perez. No balls, 2 strikes. Has him in the hole. Look at that. Team Venezuela is ready to jump out of the railing. You got the guy right there chilling with 1 foot on top of the rail. Tell me he's not into it. Fly ball. Shallow right. Aaron Judge coming in to make the grab, and that'll do it. Inning over for Venezuela. They strand a runner in scoring position. This ball game goes to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time in Miami. Oh, man. Should I say it again? The time is now for Team USA. Holy moly. They got to get it going, man. They got to get it together. All right, coming up, as we move to the bottom of the 7th for the U.S., it'll be designated hitter Kyle Schwarber, third baseman Alex Bregman, and left fielder Roman Psycho Anthony. As Team USA is down 2 runs. All right, real quick, man. I just want to see how Roki's doing right now. It looks like Roki is working on his 3rd inning of work. Dodgers with a 3-0 lead over the Royals. All right, Roki, how we doing, Papa? All right, Roki Sasaki so far 2 1/3 innings, has allowed only 1 hit, 3 punch-outs. Now he does have 4 walks. Oh man, he's got to work on that control. But most importantly, no runs, I guess. But 4 walks. He's got to work on that. 4 walks is no bueno. You know. Here on Chin Music, we do not like free passes. We don't like free passes being given out. Definitely not. Gopher, where's Kike to fire them up? That's what they need. They need a Kike. Who else do they need, man? There's some really dope players that do that could fire you up. But yeah, man, Kike would be good. Too bad he's Puerto Rico all the way though, huh? I mean, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is about the USA. And I'm sure all those guys are loose. Like, don't get me wrong. They like having fun, but I don't know why we're not seeing it. We don't see it in the WBC tournament. They get fired up. Don't get me wrong. They get fired up. But when backs are up against the wall, like, I don't, like, everybody just, like, quiet, like, all callados. Like, right now, look, they're showing Paul Skeens. Wouldn't it be cool, Paul Skeens, I'm telling you, being that cheerleader. And like I said, it's just probably not Paul Skeens' vibe, but look, he's just walking around. Maybe he's going to pitch, maybe not. I don't know, but he's just shaking his head, yes. Like, how about throwing those hands up, Paul Skeens? How about connecting with some fans? How about connecting with your players? I know you were talking to Logan Webb, but, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much on Paul Skeens. I don't know. All right, Angel Zerpa, right-handed pitcher now on the bump for Team Venezuela, facing the left-hander, Kyle Schwarber. Lefty-lefty matchup for Zerpa. Starts him off with strike 1. 2-0 Venezuela here in the 7th. Time is now for Team USA. Down 2 runs. Schwarber 0 for 1 with a walk. Schwarber will take a pitch outside. Check swing. No swing. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman Alex Bregman on deck. Roman Psycho Anthony in the hole for Team USA here in the 7th. 1-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schwarber did not like that call. He's talking it up with the home plate umpire. Calls a timeout. Andres Gimenez looks like he's in the ball game now for Team Venezuela as he replaces second baseman Gleyber Torres. And Angel Zerpa now on the bump. 1-2 pitch, outside corner again. This one misses outside. Count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Borderline pitch. Call the ball. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Schwarber strikes out. 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Venezuela fans fired up. They've been fired up all game long. Zerpa strikes out Schwarber swinging. 1 out here in the inning. Alex Bregman will be the hitter. Pitch inside. Ball 1. Alex Bregman 0 for 2. Ground out and a fielder's choice. Gopher, have those Phillies done anything of note? I know Harper, a couple hits here. No real clutch hits. A couple good picks defensively, but that's been it. Schwarber, ooh, man, I don't know about Schwarber, though. Schwarber's been, oof. As of late, oof. Schwarber's been in hiding. Pitch up and away. There we go. A little clapping there from Aaron Judge. Okay. Still want to see more, though. 2 balls, 1 strike. Count of Bregman. Zerpa's 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. Roman Anthony on deck. USA down 2-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. 3-1 pitch to Bregman. Ground ball, third baseman, Michael Garcia. Long throw over to first. Stretched by Luis Arias. In time to get Alex Bregman for the second out. One third baseman throws out the other. United States offense last time with the runner in scoring position, 4th inning versus the Dominican Republic. So there it is. Have not even had a player or a runner in scoring position in this one. Ay, caray. They are struggling. Here's Roman Anthony. It only takes one, right? 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th for U.S. Lefty matchup for Serpa against Anthony. Starts him off with a slider called strike 1. Roman Anthony today 0 for 2. 2 groundouts in the ballgame. 0-1 pitch. Pitch way inside. Count goes even to Anthony. 1 ball, 1 strike. See, Dumper, Paul Skeens, Bobby Wood Jr., Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge. A lot of stone-cold faces in that USA dugout. I mean, I hate to say it, but they look defeated already. Ooh, man, pitch, borderline pitch. Outside, just missed. 2-1 to Anthony. Look at Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh looks like he's pissed he's not starting, but then again, he's been 0 in this tournament, so you can't really be on the side of the big dumper there. 3 balls, 1 strike. Will Smith on deck. 3-1 pitch from Zerpa. Inside, ball 4. So with 2 outs, Roman Anthony works a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up the tying run in Will Smith for the U.S. And Omar Lopez, not taking any chances, will pull the left-hander Zerpa. Will get into the Venezuela bullpen. Pitching change in Miami. Hold up. All right. So U.S. showing a little bit of life here in the bottom of the 7th. They'll have the tying run and Will Smith coming up. And we'll see who comes out to pitch. It's going to be Andres Machado. Wow, man, that Venezuela bullpen is really good. Andres Machado, who also pitched last night against Italy. He'll be on the bump to pitch to Will Smith. And we'll see. See, Machado's a right-handed hitter. A right-handed pitcher. You got to think Will Smith will be left in to hit against Machado, or does De Rosa pull him to bring in the big dumper, perhaps? Joshua Monto, they could pinch hit Cal? Oh, yeah, they could. Cal Raleigh, yes. You think so, Mato? Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, you're trying to catch lightning in a bottle here, right? Especially with the tying run coming up to the plate. I guess the knock there would be, well, Will Smith has been good defensively. Well, kind of good defensively, but good framing for the USA pitching staff. It's gotten hits here and there. Cal Raleigh has been stone cold offensively for the USA in this tournament. So, yeah, questions. That's a good one. We'll see what De Rosa does. No word yet on game day. Mato looked like he wanted to hit. Look, man, I don't think it'll be a bad idea. I'll say that much. Andres Machado now the pitcher. I know a lot of people might question it too. Well, Will Smith is staying in there. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Big opportunity for the USA with the runner at first. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Will Smith, first pitch swinging on a pitch inside at 98. It looks like he fouled it off. Strike 1. That pitch was way inside, and Will Smith went after it. Luckily, fouled it off instead of getting hit. Ay, caray. Time is now for Team USA as they are running out of innings here. Oh, man, pitch. And it was a nasty changeup as he fooled Will Smith. Takes it for strike two as Will Smith is in the hole. Look at that pitch. Way inside and looked like it hit Will Smith, but unfortunately he swung. Not sure what he was swinging at there. 0-2 pitch. Machado with the pitch to Will Smith with 2 outs. Popped them up. Shallow right. Second baseman Andres Gimenez in foul ball territory will make the catch. Inning over for the U.S. They strand a runner at first. Top of the 8th we go. Venezuela with a 2-0 lead. And get ready to hear it. I know if things stay the same, there's going to be a lot of people questioning why did DeRosa leave Will Smith in there instead of coming or going with Cal Raleigh. Now, obviously, here on Chimmy, we know why Cal Raleigh's not playing. He's not playing because he's been hitless. He hasn't proven that he could do anything in this tournament yet. But there's gonna be a lot of people. Oh man, you got Cal Raleigh, you got Big Dumper, 60 home runs last season. Why isn't he pitch hitting? You get ready for that. Golfer, come on, Dennis. You are a back-to-back champion. Well, he ends up fouling out to the second baseman, Andres Gimenez, for the 3rd out. Inning over for the U.S. So ball game moves to the top of the 8th. We are flying Brian through this final. Holy moly. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. This is Chin Music episode 18. And this was the final game of the 2026 World Baseball Classic. So after this, it's been a great classic too, by the way. I've been very happy to be calling and bringing the games to you guys over on YouTube and Twitch. But yeah, after this, man, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it going with some spring training baseball course. We're a pro Dodger channel here, so we'll be checking in from Camelback Ranch, seeing how the boys in blue are doing, and basically getting ready for the start of opening day, the start of the season, which is just around the corner, believe it or not. Oh, perps. Oh, don't even tell. Oh, my gosh. No stroller. We took the stroller out yesterday because we put the records in there and we did not put the stroller in today. I'm telling you, man, we learn things every day. We learn things by messing up things sometimes, right, perps? Oh, man. Ay, caray. Oh. Griffin Jax will be the pitcher as we go to the top of the day. Dolores is here. Dolores, welcome into Chin Music, amiga. As the ball game goes to the top of the 8th. Oh, 2 is Churio. Pitch inside. No balls, 1 strike to count. Venezuela with a 2-0 lead. Puro swing and a miss. Churio down the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Team USA. Just trying to keep this game at where it's at to give themselves a chance as Churio strikes out. And that'll be the first out here to begin the top of the 8th for Venezuela. Griffin Jax with the punch out. Top of the lineup, Ronald Acuna Jr. now the hitter. Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 for 2. Check swing on a pitch outside. Ball 1. One 0 pitch. Roller to shortstop. Handled nicely by Bobby Wood Jr. Throw to first. Ronald Acuna Jr. is retired here in the 8th. 2 quick outs for Griffin Jax and the U.S. Maikel Garcia now the hitter with 2 down. Eric giving us a report on Roki Sasaki. Strike 1 from Griffin Jax. 1 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Oh, okay, that was earlier. Bases loaded with 1 out. Still 3-0 Dodgers over the Royals. Spring training, of course. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Maikel Garcia with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Jack sets, 1-1 pitch. Popped them up. In back of home plate, Will Smith looking at it. Will Smith will make the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Griffin Jackson, the U.S. in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th we go. U.S. still chasing 2. All right. That was quick. So here comes the offense for the U.S. again. Down 2 runs. It'll be Bryce Terang, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Bobby Witt Jr., 8-9-1 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Down only 2 runs. But the way the U.S. has been playing, ay caray. All right, this is Chin Music, a baseball podcast, episode 18. Hold up. All right, Bryce Terang on an 0-1 pitch fouls it off. Down the count, no balls, 2 strikes. You see Kyle Schwarber. He's hollering from the dugout. I like that. 2-0 Venezuela here in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Bryce Terang strikes out. 1 away for Venezuela. Venezuela fans have been on their feet all game long, and they have been partying in the stands out there in Miami. Bryce Terang strikes out swinging. Pete Crow Armstrong will be the hitter with 1 out. Pop the foul, out of play, strike 1. PCA 0 for 1. Flew out in the 6th inning as he pinched hit for Byron Buxton. Leadoff hitter Bobby Witt Jr. on deck for the U.S. Machado's 0-1 pitch. Slow roller to the right side. Second baseman Andres Gimenez. Underhand flip over to first in time to get PCA for the second out. 2 quick outs for Venezuela here in the bottom of the 8th. Bobby Witt Jr. will be the hitter. Oh, man. This is becoming a routine. 2 quick outs. USA cannot get anything going. And when they do, it seems like it's with 2 outs. Bobby Witt Jr. now the hitter against Machado. Bobby looks at a pitch down low. That misses. A borderline pitch, called the ball. Inside, 2-0. Outside corner just missed. 3 balls, no strikes. Bryce Harper on deck. And again, USA trying to rally it up with 2 outs. It would be nice if these at-bats started the innings for Team USA, but instead, they're happening with 2 outs. Runner at first as Bobby Witt Jr. walks. Bryce Harper will be representing the tying run for Team USA with 2 outs and a runner at first. All right, action in the Venezuela bullpen. Big opportunity here again for Team USA as Bryce Harper represents the tying run with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. One 0 pitch. Bryce Harper, high drive. This one's deep. This one is gone. USA has tied it up here in the bottom of the 8th. US finally breaks through. New ball game in Miami. About time. And USA wakes up here in the bottom of the 8th. Bryce Harper, slow roll as he is walking down the third base line. Bryce Harper, look like you care, brother. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay, now he's flexing, but man. All right, he's fired up. Let's go. 2-2 here in the bottom of the 8th as we have ourselves a new ball game. So Bryce Harper connects and comes through clutch. Aaron Judge now the hitter. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. Two bottom of the 8th. Aaron Judge, he's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. And a foul out. Fouls that one off the glove of Salvador Perez. Actually, off the leg of Salvador Perez. Another look at Bryce Harper. Straight center. And Bryce Harper knew it. Flips the bat. Salutes it. Going down the third baseline on that slow roll. Showing the USA patch. And USA is fired up. And we'll see if this gets him going. I got to believe it does. How can it not get him going? 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Aaron Judge. He had to talk smack about it worked. Swing and a miss. Aaron Judge down the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like Machado maybe is having a hard time with that pitch calm. But Bryce Harper has tied this ball game up with 2 outs. You got to put the credit, too, also on Bobby Witt Jr. Now, Machado didn't do himself any favors. It was a 4-pitch walk, but nevertheless, Bobby Witt Jr. with that 2-out walk as he sets up Bryce Harper representing the tying run. And Bryce Harper comes through clutch here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-2 pitch now to Aaron Judge. Strike 3 called. Judge gets caught looking. Peeping Tom status. Inning over for the U.S. But not before Bryce Harper ties this ball game up with a big fly straight to center. 2-2 as we go to the top of the 9th. Oh, man. Puro window shopper golfer. Hey, but shout out to Bryce Harper, man. Wow. Finally coming through clutch for the U.S. with that big 2-run shot to tie this ball game up. That was huge. That was huge. Puro tie game, Dutch boy. All right, coming up for Team Venezuela. It's a tie ball game now. It'll be Luis Arias, Eugenio Suarez, and Andres Gimenez. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Garrett Whitlock will come out of the USA bullpen to pitch the top of the 9th against Venezuela in a 2-2 tie. Sakudo, Japan fans behind the plate. I have not seen them yet. Golfer, did you hear A-Rod predict Judge would ding too? Well, oof, man, he's having himself a bad game offensively, unfortunately, for Team USA. E-Dog, Homer bias, A-Rod. Picking his Yankee guys, huh? All right. It's going to be important here for Garrett Whitlock, who's now on the bump for Team USA, to throw up a big 0 and give Team USA an opportunity to maybe walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. But it's not going to be easy, man. He's going to be facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Luis Arias, Eugenio Suarez, and Andres Gimenez, who are due up for Venezuela. Oh, man. Hang on to your hats. Top of the 9th we go. 2-2 tie. Bryce Harper just tied this ball game up in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Garrett Whitlock now on the bump to pitch the top of the 9th for the Team USA. He'll be facing Luis Arias in a 2-2 tie. Luis Arias 0 for 3. 2 flyouts and a ground out. First pitch inside, look out. Spun him around. Ball 1. Designated hitter Eugenio Suarez on deck. 1-0 pitch. Outside, left up a little bit from Whitlock. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes on that borderline pitch. We're all knotted up at 2 here in the top of the 9th. Outside corner. That one catches the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to Arias. And it becomes critical now for Garrett Whitlock to throw up a big 0 here in the 9th for the U.S. Pitch upstairs, 3-1. As Whitlock falls behind to Luis Arias. And there's the Matador, El Matador, Eugenio Suarez on deck as he waits his turn. Pitch outside, borderline pitch, called a ball. Leadoff walk issued to Luis Arias. And the go-ahead run at first base for Venezuela. Here's Eugenio Suarez. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a groundout. That's Javier Sonoja pinch running for Luis Arias. As you see, Venezuela, they want that lead. They want that run in. Keep an eye out on Sonoja at first. First pitch to Suarez. It's a breaking pitch, slider, outside, ball 1. Now Will Smith going to the bump to talk things over with Garrett Whitlock. See the babyface Javier Sonoja, who plays for the Miami Marlins. Pinch running for Luis Arias here in the top of the 9th, representing the go-ahead run for Venezuela. 2-2 tie, top of the 9th. El Matador Gino Suarez going deep last night against Italy. As a runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the 9th in a 2-2 tie. Check over at first, Sonoja back to the bag. Pick off attempt from Whitlock. Tyler Rogers warming up in the USA bullpen. 1-0 pitch. Pitch up and in. Swing and a miss from Suarez. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. There goes Sonoja. Throw from Will Smith. Safe! Javier Sonoja with a huge stolen base for Venezuela. Sets himself in scoring position. DeRosa will want the replay. It was a close play, close throw by the catcher, Will Smith, to try to get Javier Sonoja, and you saw he looked back. It was a tag by Terang. Umpire called him safe. Does the foot get in there before the tag? Oh, my gosh, that was close. The play was called safe, as Team USA is challenged and are hoping that the call is overturned. I need another replay here. The first replay was close. Pretty much bang, bang. Sonoja believes he got in there. Look at the tag. Look at the foot. Right. Oh, man, it's bang, bang. I don't know. Time goes to the runner usually, right? There's got to be undisputable evidence that Terang applied the tag before the foot of Sonoja got in there. And I don't know if we see any evidence of that. No, I mean, that angle right there is not a good one. The center field angle, I don't like that angle. Can't really tell. We'll see what they see. He's going to be called safe. And there it is. Sonoja. Stolen base confirmed. Go ahead run. In scoring position. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Gino Suarez. Yeah, golfer didn't see enough to overturn. Yeah, same here, brother. Credit Sonoja. Swing and a miss. Whitlock evens up the count on Suarez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andres Gimenez on deck for Venezuela. Sonoja with his lead over at second. 2-2 pitch. Suarez Fouls it back, out of play, into the seats. Count remains even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. E-Dog, get the hitter. Don't worry about the runner, right, E-Dog? Is that what you're trying to tell me? 2-2 pitch to Suarez. Up and in. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And again, nobody out with a runner in scoring position for Venezuela. Payout pitch. Oh, that is driven. Trying to hit the gap to the window. To the warning track. As Sanoja will bring in Venezuela's go-ahead run here in the top of the 9th. El Matador, Gino Suarez coming through clutch. Thanking the heavens. 3-2 Venezuela. Venezuela fans all fired up as they retake the lead here in the top of the 9th. Oh, so clutch, golfer. Look at that. Drilled. That ball was headed to the wall, and credit PCA for cutting it right around the warning track. But yeah, Javier Sanoja comes in easily to give Venezuela that 3-2 lead on that RBI double. And now Gimenez showing bunt. You see Bryce Harper crashing at first as they are trying to move Suarez 90 feet closer. Andres Gimenez in the tournament for Venezuela, 1 for 8. Pitch from Whitlock, swing and a miss. And now he quickly has them. No balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 Venezuela. They're trying to add to their lead here in the top of the 9th. Huge run in scoring position. Ooh, Gimenez. Ground ball to the right side, but foul. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Golfer, wow, what a game. E-Dog, I think Whitlock knew it after he threw it. What a clutch hit by Eugenio El Matador Suarez. 0-2 pitch now to Gimenez. Gimenez just protecting. Fouls it off the left netting out there in left field. And you see Venezuela players just jumping for joy out of that Venezuela dugout. Look at that is awesome. Eugenio Suarez looking up to the sky with his hands out, just thanking the heavens. All right, Gimenez now battling against Whitlock. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Another 0-2 pitch from Whitlock. And Gimenez, another foul ball. What an at-bat. 0-2 remains the count. Seventh pitch of the at-bat incoming to Jimenez. And Gimenez takes the pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Gimenez is working the count and working Whitlock's last nerve. 1-2 pitch now. Popped him up. Left field. Roman Anthony will make the catch. And that'll be the first out here in the top of the 9th. Gimenez flies out to left. And with the runner in scoring position for Venezuela, Ezequiel Tovar will be the hitter. Mark DeRosa. Yep, he's going out there with the hook. Garrett Whitlock out. I got to believe he is bringing in Tyler Rogers. But as of right now, it's a 3-2 Venezuela lead. Pitching change in Miami. Oh, man. So you had Team USA tied up with a big 2-run home run by Bryce Harper in the bottom of the 8th, but in the 9th, a leadoff walk of Luis Arias. Pinch hitter Javier Sanoja steals second. And Eugenio Suarez drives them in with a huge RBI double and gives Venezuela the 3-2 lead. And Venezuela still not done yet, as they have a runner in scoring position in Suarez. Only one out in the inning. New pitcher Tyler Rogers coming in, as he will pitch to the hot-hitting Ezequiel Tovar, who's 2 for 3 tonight. So it doesn't get easier for the U.S. Hold up, golfer. It does not get easier. All right, man, I got to look ahead. I can't resist. United States in the bottom of the 9th. They will have Schwarber, Bregman, and Roman Anthony due up. 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. If anybody gets on, Will Smith. Will Mark DeRosa use his bench in any of those spots in the lineup? We shall see. Oh, my goodness. Golfer Dennis will clean it up. All right, Whitlock in, Rogers in, or Whitlock out, Rogers in, rather. As he takes over here in the top of the 9th for the U.S., Suarez still at second, now pitching to Ezequiel Tovar, shortstop for Venezuela, who's 2 for 3 tonight. He's got 2 singles. And he's just been gangbusters in this WBC for Venezuela. There's Suarez with his lead over at second. Already a 3-2 Venezuela lead here in the 9th. There's a strike from Tyler Rogers to even up the count on Tovar. 1 ball, 1 strike. Unforgiven Juan with the check-in. Welcome in, brother. Puro Chin Music. Popped them up. Uh-oh. Suarez, did he take off? Suarez took off from second. Oh, wait a minute. He just went back, as that is a fly ball to Terang, who made the catch. Where was Suarez going? Suarez is lucked out. Look at it. Oh, he was stealing third. Okay. He stole third, and he even slid into third until he realized that it was a fly ball to the infield, and he had to run back to second. Wow. Oh, man, I'm sure he's beat already. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. That would be a, what do you call it? Like a really tough, like baseball practice. I don't know. What would you call it? Like an exercise. Hey, dude, we're going to hit fly balls. Just pretend you're stealing a bag and then you got to go back. I'm like, oh, I really got to do that? Be like a punishment. Instead of running pulses, like, nah, we're going to hit fly balls to the infield. You're going to steal second. Guy's going to catch and you got to go back. Oh, wait a minute. What? There's an umpire review. Wait a minute. What are they saying here? Because he touched third base. Did he touch third base back? Yeah, he did. He did. You saw the cleat slipped off the bag because he needs to touch third base back, which he did right there. I hope that's not the issue. Should be safe, right? So he's back at second. I can't imagine them calling him out. I was about to say he did touch. He touched third, and then he touched third back. So I guess that's the move you got to do if you're gonna attempt to steal a bag and it's a fly ball. You got to touch the bag again when you go back to the original bag. If that makes any sense. All right, 2 outs in the inning. Wilyer Abreu will be given the free pass with 2 outs, as USA will take their chances with Salvador Perez. So 2 on, runners at second and first, 2 outs for Venezuela. Salvi Perez, 1 for 3, single in the third, scored a run. E-Dog says they're out of challenges now. That could be huge. Yeah, you're right. A hit and run drill, says golfer. Yeah, something like that. Like I remember in high school, they used to always like punish the players like, hey, you got to go run poles now. Or at least the pitchers would run poles too. But you would get in trouble. You would have to run poles with them. But it's like, no. We're gonna hit some towering fly balls to the infield, and we need you to pretend you're stealing a bag. And if they catch you, got to go back. And if you get out, you got to go run a pole. Damn. 1-0 pitch to Perez. Oh, Perez connects over to left field. Roman Anthony is right there to make the catch. And that'll do it for Team USA. La chance for Team USA as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Down 1 run. Here we go. This is it, guys. This will do it as we go to the bottom of the ninth. U.S. down 1. It'll be Kyle Schwarber, Alex Bregman, Roman Anthony due up. Oh, man. And just as important for Venezuela, who's coming out of that bullpen? Will Daniel Palencia come out to pitch the bottom of the ninth? Remember, Palencia pitched the bottom of the ninth against Team Italy last night and locked it down for Venezuela. Fireballer on the bump. No word yet on game day. The last chance for Team USA as this ballgame goes to the bottom of the ninth with U.S. down 1 run. Eric Anthony calling a shot. Roman Anthony is going to be a hero. Wouldn't that be something? All right, the defensive substitution. Wilson Contreras replaces Javier Sinoja. He'll be batting third, playing first base. Remember, Luis Arias came out of the ballgame in place for Javier Sinoja, who pinch ran for him. And that proved to be a big pinch runner because Javier Sinoja stole second and came around to score on that big clutch hit by El Matador, Gino Suarez, on that RBI double. So Wilson Contreras now playing first base for Venezuela in the bottom of the ninth. And sure enough, it's going to be Daniel Palencia, fireballer, coming out of that Venezuela bullpen to pitch the bottom of the ninth. Daniel Palencia now on the bump, trying to close it down for Venezuela. Up 3-2. Here we go. Balls in, coming down. This is it. World Baseball Classic, Chin Music, episode 18. Appreciate everybody hanging out. And it's come down to this. Last chance for Team USA here in the bottom of the ninth. Schwarber 0 for 2. Walked back in the fourth. Fireballer Daniel Palencia trying to lock it down and give Venezuela their first World Baseball Classic championship. 3 outs away from doing that. First pitch to Schwarber. Pitch upstairs, misses. Ball 1. And Gunnar Henderson on the on-deck circle figures to pinch hit for Alex Bregman. Chopper to the right side by Schwarber. Foul ball. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Gunnar Henderson on deck for Team USA as Mark DeRosa going to his bench. Valencia's 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty splitter from Palencia. Gets the swing and miss from Schwarber to get ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-2 Venezuela here in the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for Team USA. One-two pitch. Pitch up and away. Ball got away from Palencia on that 99-mile-per-hour heater. Count goes even to Schwarber. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch to Schwarber. Swing and a miss. Palencia strikes out Schwarber. 1 away here in the bottom of the ninth. Big punch out by Daniel Palencia to get Schwarber swinging. Rock backed and fired and got the punch out. Gunnar Henderson will be the hitter up next for the U.S. Visit on the mound by Salvador Perez, talking things over on how they want to attack Gunnar Henderson, who's batting .429 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. U.S. chasing one here in the bottom of the 9th. Palencia from the stretch. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson. Pitch up and away. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. Henderson pops it up. Infield. Third baseman Michael Garcia will make the catch. 2 down. And the USA down to their final out here in the bottom of the 9th. Roman Anthony will be the hitter. Venezuela 1 out away. Team USA 1 run away from extending this ball game. Anthony tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. Palencia from the stretch. First pitch to Roman Anthony. Upstairs misses. Ball 1. Three, 2 Venezuela. Outside corner called the strike. Count goes even to Anthony. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Smith, at least his position is on deck for Team USA. Team USA biting fingernails. Ay, caray. Palencia's 1-1 pitch. Hold up. He's got to tie his shoe, man. Crazy shoes. He's got some Mino Adidas cleats. Got the Venezuela colors and everything. Matador looking on from the Venezuela dugout. Mark De Rosa with a concerned look in his face. Omar Lopez trying to capture Venezuela's first championship in the WBC. And there it is. Venezuela 1 strike away from wrapping up this WBC. 1 ball, 2 strikes account to Roman Anthony. Miguel Cabrera fired up in that Venezuela dugout. Palencia will step off as we have pitch com issues. Ay, caray. One ball, 2 strikes account. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th for Team USA. A lot of concerned faces in that dugout. Not enough cheering. I get that they're losing, but man, they don't know how to cheerlead here. 1-2 pitch. Anthony strikes out Venezuela. Palencia, glove to the sky as they wrap up the WBC for 2026. Venezuela is your World Baseball Classic champions. Congratulations to them! They did it! Wow. They gave up the lead in the bottom of the 8th, but right away in the top of the 9th, they regained the lead, and they wrap it up here in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2-3 goes Team USA as they let another one slip away. Venezuela is your World Baseball Classic champion for 2026. And they are dancing in the streets of Miami tonight. What a World Baseball Classic, man. We get a new champion. Yeah, and again, man, World Baseball Classic. Now you guys see why I love this tournament. You got a feel for Team USA again coming short. And Omar Lopez in tears for Team Venezuela. You know how much it means for them. Congratulations to all the players, to all the fans, to all the people of Venezuela. World Baseball Classic champions. There it is, golfer. They took out Japan, Italy, USA. Wow. Yeah, they took out all the big boppers pretty much, right? They did what they had to do in pool play. They played the DR tough as well, golfer. Remember, they were down big, and then they made it a 2-run game and came up just 2 runs short in pool play against the DR in a big showdown in pool play. But when it mattered the most, yeah, they knock out the big guys, Japan, Italy, and now the USA in the championship game. And yeah, well-deserved. Team Venezuela, your World Baseball Classic champions for 2026. Ronald Acuna Jr. is a champion. Yeah, think about all those guys that are champions for the first time in anything. Right? Congratulations to them. Acuna Jr., Michael Garcia, Luis Arias, Eugenio Suarez, Gleyber Torres, Andres Gimenez, Ezequiel Tovar, Wilyer Abreu, Salvador Perez, Jackson Churriel. Champions for the first time, man. Ranger Suarez, Eduardo Rodriguez. What an outing for Eduardo Rodriguez, man. Very impressive for the left-hander. And the way he kind of set up Venezuela. He set the vibe, man. He Team USA couldn't figure him out from the jump. Golfer DR has to feel like they got screwed. I bet they do, man. Oh, man. Yeah, this means a lot to a lot of people there in Venezuela. You got people in tears, man. What a ball game. What a ball game. Venezuela, your 2026 World Baseball Classic champs. Congratulations to Team Venezuela. They did it. Well deserved. And now they will be dancing in the streets of Miami as your World WBC 2026 champs. What a ball game. What a tournament. Sacudo out. Sacudo, thanks for popping in, brother. Oh, man. Hey, what a way to get us ready for the MLB season, huh? With an incredible tournament like this. I mean, this happens, every 3-4 years? And you still got people questioning if the WBC should be happening around the time that it should. That's questionable, but the fact is it's happening, and we are also lucky, if you're a baseball fan, to have tournaments like this. Look at you, Eugenio Suarez, talking to Ken Rosenthal, all fired up, as he should be. Came up with a big home run against Italy last night. Came up with a big clutch hit in the 9th to seal the deal for Venezuela after Team USA had a big hit for Bryce Harper in the bottom of the 8th. Venezuela comes back in the top of the 9th. They get the first runner on a walk, right? Luis Arias gets the walk. Pinch runner, Javier Sanoja with the stolen base, and Gino Suarez drives them in with that big, huge RBI double. And just like that, right away, Venezuela retakes the lead, and they hold on to it as they hold off Team USA 3-2 your final. And another 1-run defeat by Team USA in the WBC. They lost by 1 last year against Japan. They lose by 1 this year against Venezuela. What a tournament. Congratulations again to Venezuela. Eric, thank you so much, man. Puro wire to wire, Eric. Appreciate it, brother, over on YouTube. Yes, sir. We're going to continue the stream here, as it's pretty much a wrap. We're going to say peace out to YouTube. If you guys want to join us over on Twitch, Chin Music Podcast. Have a good night, YouTube. I was going to ask, who's your guys' MVP? Is it Eduardo Rodriguez,